Peace, everybody. What's up? Back again, man. To break down a couple paragraphs in Malcolm X book, right? Everybody should get Malcolm X book, man. Everybody. Get it for your kids, for yourself. Everybody should read Malcolm's book. There's a lot of stuff in here, man. A lot of good educational history stuff for everybody. So today, I'm in chapter, I believe this is chapter 11, Saved. And we're going to touch on what's been a big topic lately, and that's been the whole religion, Christianity, Jesus, all of it. What's been the big topic of conversation, okay? And I want to give you one paragraph on that, and then there's another paragraph on what's going on, like with China, the tariffs, and all that good stuff that's going on with that too. So there's some of that in here too as well. So first of all, let me say that Malcolm said to keep your religion where your discipline lives, between you and your God, right? Plenty of gods on this earth, but there's only one creator, okay? That's what Malcolm was talking about, right? So I'm going to read this paragraph, man, and it says, I perceived as I read how the collective white man had been actually nothing but a piratical opportunist who used Faustine machinations to make his own Christianity his initial wedge in criminal conquest. First, always religiously, he branded heathen and pagan labels upon ancient non-white cultures and civilizations. Thus the stage was set. He turned upon his own non-white victims his weapon of war, which was the religion and Christianity. The religion and Christianity, man, was used as the number one weapon to cause the wedge between the people. The number one weapon to keep everybody in control. The number one weapon to cause fear. The number one weapon to put all the false belief into you. Came from the religion. And that's why Malcolm said keep it between you and your God. Because their God is not our God. Their God is not our God. And y'all need to realize that. You've been fed an artificial God for a long time. And the God that y'all think y'all really serving isn't the true God. Everything's in reverse, y'all. Everything's in reverse. So I took it a little deeper, right? I went and looked up the meaning of Faustine, right? So, and it's spelled Faustin. It's a deal where someone sacrifices their moral integrity, soul, or long-term principles to gain immediate power, wealth, or knowledge. What that sound like? I make sure. I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's Faustine. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Faustine. I'm gonna say it again. A deal where someone sacrifices their moral integrity, soul, or long-term principles to gain immediate power, wealth, or knowledge. It originated from the 16th century German legend of Johann Georg. Johann Georg Faust. His last name is actually spelled Faust. A scholar who sells his soul to the devil They actually have the evil spirit name down here, Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles. It's Mephistopheles. Was the name of the spirit that he sold his soul to for unlimited knowledge and worldly pleasures. So that's why they say, gain your soul. Gain the world, lose your soul. So this is where this comes into play at, right? So the deal is also a high stakes bargain that ultimately leads to ruin or profound regret. So you can see how the deal was made, far as the Christianity being put in place, but it was put in place by an evil spirit. That's pretty much what they doing. Okay, so that's what you are actually worshiping when you go to church, bro. It's an evil spirit. It's not a good spirit. It's not. And it's been like that for a very, 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 very long time. Okay? I'm not going to go too deep into the religion thing, man, because I've been touching on that a lot for the last couple of weeks on different, on different shows that I be doing. So I'm not going to go into that a lot. But you do need to know that the Europeans created Christianity in the form that it is now, the religious form that it is now, to cause chaos, division, war, strife, depression, a false belief. You gotta realize that it's a false belief. The USA is a system, it's a corporation, it's a false belief. And you need to realize that it's their dream. It's the United States dream. It's not your dream. So don't fall into their dream. Become who you were created to be. Don't fall into the construction zone and be constructed into something that you were never supposed to be. Kind of like what's going on with our goddesses out here doing all this stuff to their bodies, man. You are doing construction to your body. That's construction. It's not going to end up good. Never does. Moving on, man. So I'm going to get into this China thing, man. I thought this was really, really interesting, man. So he says, and this is a paragraph I'm going to read. It's actually two of them. So he was listening to the radio. He was reading this book, and this is what it says. I listened today to the radio and watched television and read the headlines about the collective white man's fear and tension concerning China. When the white man professes ignorance about why the Chinese hate him so, my mind can't help flashing back to what I read there in prison about how the blood forebearers of this same white man raped China at the time when China was trusting and helpless. Took advantage of. This is what they do. Those original white Christian traders sent into China millions of pounds of opium, y'all. By 1839, so many of these Chinese were addicts that China's desperate government destroyed 20,000 chests of opium. The first opium war was promptly declared by the white man. Imagine declaring war upon someone who objects to being narcotized. The Chinese were severely beaten with Chinese invented gunpowder. The Treaty of Nanking made China pay the British white man for the destroyed opium. Force open China's major ports to British trade. Force China to abandon Hong Kong. Fix China's import tariffs so low that cheap British articles soon flooded in, maiming China's industrial development. And then after a second opium war, the Tentenesian treaties legalized the ravaging opium trade, legalized a British, French-American control of China's customs. China tried delaying that treaty's ratification. Peking was looted and burned. So, as you can see why China and the United States have such a big concern for not liking each other. I don't think I would like you neither if you dumped opium into my country. I don't think I would like you neither if you forced us into an open trade market and made us take a lower hit so you could get a bigger profit. I don't think I would like you neither. And we see what's going on with the tariffs and everything now, right? And you see how it was implemented on China back then. Force open China's major ports to British trade. Force China to abandon Hong Kong and fix China's import tariffs so low that cheap British articles soon flooded in. So not only do you flood them with opium, get their people to turn into addicts. Now y'all see why China don't allow you to have marijuana or nothing over there now at all. And now you see why they done pushed all this shit over here, all the fentanyl, everything's being pushed over here from China, and it's mainly because of this. What goes around comes around. And to force somebody into a trade market where you never wanted to be a part of, and forcing you to take a lower cut, that's crazy too. And then you sit back and you see why China moves the way they do. It's because of this, man. And then you being declared war upon. Then you being this shit is crazy. You being declared war upon because you destroyed the drugs that I never wanted. Make that make sense? How you gonna declare war on me when I never wanted drugs in the first place? So you can see how they also had a saying called "kill the foreign white devils." It was the 1901 Chinese war cry and the Boxer Rebellion. That was a slogan they had. I mean, you can only be a devil if you go do that to a group of people, bro. You can only be a devil. What else can you be? Man. Yeah, so now you can really get a deeper understanding today's mathematics, understanding of really what's going on as far as China and the tariffs and why they've been put into a position of feeling like they have to be in cahoots when they never wanted to be in cahoots in the first place. None of us did. How about that? None of us did. So with that being said, man, get this book. Get this book. Read it. Get some educational value for you. And get some knowledge of that self. Because it's all here. I promise you it's all here. And just like I came on here the last time, I will come on here again when I get to the next chapter or I run across something that's, very knowledgeable. I will come on here and share it with you guys. I don't gatekeep nothing. That's not me. But yeah. Check the book out, y'all. Peace out.